Hello everyone and welcome back. In this lecture, we will be talking about the basics of marketing, positioning, and pricing. I decided instead of talking about Facebook or Instagram techniques, things that you can find everywhere, to zoom out, connect the point for you, and look at the bigger picture. When you are starting out a new business, you should keep in mind that you have to walk your target audience along three main steps. Starting with your self-introduction and building awareness. People first need to know of your existence and who you are. The second step is providing engaging content that triggers interest toward your offering and explains why you have the solutions to the problems they want to solve and how it can transform their lives. And the third step is making sure that you are trustworthy and guiding them through the process of taking action, regardless of being offline, online, B2B, or B2C. Those core steps will apply. Only when you understand your customers, how do they think, where to find them, and how they communicate, then you can influence and talk to them. If you did your customers and marketing research right, now it's time for your hard work to pay off. For each of those three steps, you create different types of content to communicate a specific message and goal. Keep in mind that at the end, all of that effort should end with sales. To simplify this process, let's look at a typical marketing funnel. As you can see that it starts with a wide range of content creation. Examples of media that can bring awareness are paid advertising, influencers marketing, PR marketing, social media, content marketing, and word of mouth. Just to be honest with you, at this step, you might be feeling that you are talking to yourself and no one is listening. This is fine. It happens. People usually ignore or overcalculate risk for newcomers. Also keep in mind that there is no one specific channel can guarantee your sales. What's matter is being specific with finding your audience. Influencers marketing and word of mouth tend to be more direct and efficient since these people have already built a relationship with their audience. Your goal at the end of this step is to introduce yourself and build trust through word of mouth or customer generated content. Also keep in mind that you need to be able to stay in contact with your audience. Give something in exchange for an email address, or capture their pixel on your website. This will allow you to stay in contact and move them one step forward toward interest and end up with taking action. The most important concept to keep in mind is that regardless of what kind of techniques that work for your business, you should always plan on building a complete marketing system instead of individual component. Say for example that you plan to use influencer marketing, clicks ad advertising, and bloggers content marketing as a way to build awareness and bring people to your website. You should already have installed Facebook and Google Ads Pixel and retargeted campaign. So once they leave your website, your product and offering will keep appearing in front of their eyes all the time. If they have an interest, they will search for YouTube reviews, blog posts, and reviews. This is where bloggers and influencer marketing will come in handy. They should be able to find on other blogs some social proof, positive reviews, and testimonials about your product. If everything is okay, they should head back to your store or website and make a purchase. You should make sure to install upsell and cross-sell system in place so that you can make more return on your marketing investment. Also keep in mind that this process does not happen overnight. Customers usually might need to see your brand name for 5 to 10 times in different type of content format before they make a purchase. Keep in mind that to create a sale, you need to generate a lot of traffic. Say for example that you create a piece of blog content that reaches around 1,000 people. Only 10% of those people will read it and be aware of your brand, and only 20% of that 10% might show some interest. And at the end, only 1 to 4% of that 20% might be motivated to place an order, especially if you are a new brand with little to no social proof. Also keep in mind that you should focus your marketing spending on growth and exposure, such as influencers marketing, or making more sales and profits, such as free standard shipping and flash sales, in exchange for social proof and reviews, and not on how many non-targeted Instagram or Facebook followers. You should also start creating your yearly marketing calendar plan for your industry best-selling season, special holidays, which you would be offering special and different promotions such as 20% off, 40% off, or free shipping. Also, make sure to research for the best time for your industry to introduce new product launch so that you can plan for a complete marketing campaign. In between, you can always keep on creating content such as Instagram, Facebook, or blogs to build awareness and attract new customers. When you are planning for a new product line launch, you should always keep an earning goals, date, and marketing budget in mind. You should also have a clear strategy on how would you reach that goal. Now that you already have done your target audience research, you should have a clear idea of where to contact them. At the end of this video, I will share with you a simple case study that walks you through the process on how to make your first early sales. For now, keep in mind the idea of being organized, well planned out, and goals oriented. Let's look at a brand that did a great job with marketing. MVMT watches. They communicate with their customers through social media pages. As you can see that there is no direct sale message. Beautiful lifestyle imagery that speaks to a specific type of audience, which drives tons of traffic to their website. They also communicate with their audience and bring traffic through content marketing and blogging. Once people land on their website, they make sure to capture their email address in exchange for discount code. They also collect your pixel information so they can keep remarketing through email marketing campaign, Google and Facebook, retargeted ads. They also spend a good amount of marketing budget on YouTube influencers to generate product reviews, which drives more social proof and sales. For now, don't worry about spending all that budget on trying everything. You can start out small and focused, then gradually build toward a complete system. Let's talk for a while about your sales channel and go-to-market strategy. How can your customers buy your products in the first place? The first type of channels is building a brand with your website. This will give you the power over other small businesses. On the other hand, you might think that this strategy might be costly for hosting and website design. Gladly, there are alternatives. Instead of spending thousands of dollars on professional designer, you can start out with Shopify store for $29 a month and purchase a pre-designed template for $50. Then hire a virtual assistant to install and adjust the style according to your needs. The downside with using Shopify or your website is that you need to do a lot of the marketing work with driving traffic to your website. But keep in mind that traffic is something that you can always buy through social media or bloggers. On the other hand, if you start your business with an Amazon store, then you can leverage the power of Amazon Marketplace and brand value, which provide your store with a sense of trust and security. Customers understand that if there are any problem with the shipment, they can contact Amazon directly, which is enormous for new businesses with no history. The second kind of distribution channel, which is online or offline retailers. Those retailers allow you to reach a massive amount of targeted traffic and take care of some sales while you are focusing on creating a new product. But you still need to do some marketing and drive some traffic to their stores. Depending on your industry, you can search for the buyers of those retailers and contact them directly for further information. I am in the process of creating a new course about how to sell to retailers if you are interested. The third type of distribution and sales channel is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing allows other people to sell your product and earn commission on each sale they make. When you are planning for your sales channel, always consider your pricing strategy and make sure that you leave enough profit, since other retailers and distributors will cut up to 50% of your retail price. A good strategy is always to work your pricing backward. Start from your retail price in mind. Calculate the cost, then add your wholesale profit. You should leave enough profit for you and your business to operate in your wholesale pricing. Then double that price to get your retail price. Also keep in mind that unlike direct selling, where you collect cash directly from your customer, which keeps you with extra cash flow to pay for the operation of your business, some retail stores require next 30 to 60 days to pay you back, which makes you short on cash for paying to your suppliers and other business expenses. This is one of the main reasons why small businesses go bankrupt, when they have a problem collecting their receivable. Now let's talk a little bit about positioning and pricing. When you position your business, you should always be thinking in terms of perceived value and whether or not your customer believes in it. For example, if your customer is a type of who don't care about branding, quality, and lifestyle, then he might consider a watch as a commodity product. They will look for the lowest price possible and be influenced by discounts and promotion. If you are the one who provides him with this watch, then you will be positioned as a low-end business. On the other hand, if your product is positioned toward a specific function or features and provides benefits for a specific type of people, then your customer will perceive it more as a must-have product. The same concept applies if your product refers to a specific type of lifestyle, where people emphasize beauty and style more than the price of the product itself. Finally, if your product is more oriented toward luxury and high-status clients, then those people have already done the research and they expect to pay a high price in exchange for power and prestige. If you are the one who provides them with this watch, then you will be positioned as a high-end brand. Also, when you are pricing your product, always do market research to find the price range that people are willing to pay for your perceived value. In the case of MVMT watches, and because nowadays the market is transparent, with all of their marketing effort and power, they failed to make people believe in the high-end positioning. In my personal opinion, they failed to bring creative and unique design to convince this group of audience that the watch worth it. They got tons of negative feedback about the quality of the watch. Unlike Casio and Swatch, where they spent a lot of energy on creating quality design products, MVMT spent a little or no time and budget on building and creating something unique. Instead, they spent all of their profit to create excellent marketing for a low quality product. When you are pricing your product, make sure that you have different offering and pricing point. Always keep in mind to have a group of products that have a low price for entry, so people can try your products, then upsell and upgrade with time. What you should avoid is to have vast differences between each product, which speaks to entirely different types of audience. You can also see this type of pricing in the subscription-based business model, where customers can easily join for free or as little as few dollars a month, then move them up the ladder from there. Just keep in mind that when you are pricing your product, you don't need always to compete on price. Not every customer is interested in low rates. And remember that you are not your customers. If you cannot afford your product, that doesn't mean that your customer won't pay a high price for its value. When you are pricing your product, you should think about and visualize what type of customer will use your different kinds of products, how to monetize your products, diversify your revenue stream, and make the most out of the customer's lifetime value. Let's look at a case study. Harry's is a successful brand for providing men with good quality low-cost shaving tools. Let's look at how they make money. The first type of revenue activity is selling an individual product, which is also called unbundling. Someone who is looking for a quick solution, such as a businessman on a short business trip, or someone who is interested in trying the brand experience without investing so much money in the brand, he might go for such a solution. Price of the individual product should be relatively high to encourage the customer to upgrade to the next type of offering, which is product bundling, or grouping different products that works together and offering as a package. The price should always make the deal seem like a no-brainer compared to the unbundling plan. Remember that here is your chance to increase your gross profit by offering low-cost products that are valuable to your customers. Someone who might be interested of giving a gift might be interested in this kind of offering, or someone who tried individual products and want to try more of Harry products. In both situations, Harry makes sure to upsell and cross-sell different products. Why? Because they understand that this is a one-time purchase and the customer might not come back. They want to make the best return on their marketing expenses. The third type of revenue stream is a subscription-based model. This model is designed toward Harry loyal customers, the ones who already tried Harry's and become more as a consistent client. Those are the best type of clients, which they bring a predictable and consistent revenue to Harry's. You don't need to spend extra marketing expenses, and they have higher lifetime value. Each type of business has a different kind of business model that works best for that type of customers. You should always study and research your industry and competition. Okay, so let's now talk about some of the difficulties and reasons with little or no sales, especially when you are starting out. Here is the list of the most 10 problems that you might be facing. First and foremost, people are afraid of buying your product. When you are new to the market and no one knows about you. If you ask too fast for a purchase, people will be reacting like, "Are you kidding me?" Therefore, when you are starting out, your primary goal should be toward focusing on building trust and removing risk. As we said, you should go out and make those first sales. Serve your first customer so well that they will come back and leave great reviews. Once you have your first reviews, then things get easier. Also, make sure that your website is secure and you provide a clear payment and return policies. The second problem you might be facing is that you are talking so much about how awesome you are instead of focusing on spotting the light on your customers. Make sure to give a few free giveaways or samples. Ask people to try your products. Take selfies. Then post those images on your website and social media. People like to see how others feel about your business. The third problem that you might be facing is your customers cannot afford your products. If you did your customers and market research correctly, then you should not encounter this problem. I see this problem often happen with creative people, where they try to overprice their product for the sake of being artistic. Always make sure to understand your market and target audience purchasing power. The fourth problem you might face is that there is no urgency to buy your product, which means that people are not highly motivated to buy it. Regardless of how hard you try, people will always think that it's okay to come back later and buy it. If you remember that what we talked about in the Who is Your Customer video, you should always look to create products that solve an urgent and specific problem. Spend your time and effort with people who are searching for a solution. Otherwise, your product will be considered as a nice to have but not a must. The fifth problem you might face is that your product offering is complicated, inconsistent, and frustrating. People just don't get it. The sixth problem most of the small business face is a lousy presentation business. The entrepreneur did not take the time to make beautiful photography, a well-written product description, and craft a meaningful brand story. I talk more about branding in my branding course here on Udemy. So if you are interested, you can attend that course or attend any other classes that teach you a solid understanding of business branding. The seventh problem that you might face is being on the wrong platform, talking to the wrong audience. When people go to Amazon to buy specific products, they expect a different type of products and offering than people who shop on eBay or Etsy. The eighth problem that you might face is too many negative reviews. As we said, you should make sure that you make your customers extra happy with your shipped products. If there are problems, then you don't delay your response. Contact directly, fix the problem, and ask them to adjust their reviews. Problem number 9 that you might face with no sale is that you might be playing business instead of actually doing business. You might believe that sending a couple of photos on social media and a beautiful website will do the job. That is called playing business. It happens all the time. So instead, you should always be seeking methods to find your sales reps and getting your product to the market. And last but not least, is believing and relying on your friends' feedback instead of facing reality, going out, looking for a paying customer and making the sale. Okay, so now that we reached the end of this video, and as I promised, I will share with you a small and straightforward business case study of a friend of mine that she thankfully agreed to allow me and share it with you. The main point of looking at this project is to look at a low budget, limited business skill example and how she managed to kick off her plan. So as you might have figured out, here's Erica modeling for her product, which is tote bags. She is a graphic designer and she came up with the idea that almost all tote bags look dull and non-fashionable. Why not come up with a small brand that is targeted towards this specific product? Create unique and beautiful design, then sell those bags at a low price compared to more expensive brands. Her positioning is the luxury design product at an affordable price. To keep long story short, she did her marketing research. If there are any similar products, where do people shop for those type of products? What kind of people are interested in buying such products? And what is the pricing point? Then she came up with a series of designs and started to validate her idea by directly asking her friends who own retail stores and have an opinion about the fashion industry. They advised her to keep those colorful design and style, but to also keep in mind that she has to come up with a more subtle series and collection that fits people's everyday clothing. So she listened to the market's feedback and add more designs. Keep in mind that until this moment, she did not invest any huge amount of money yet. All of those designs that you see are mock-ups. Once she had a clear idea about the design and styling, she started looking for suppliers. Since she lives in China and would like to sell worldwide, and because she wanted to keep it as a part-time project, she decided to work with Printful.com so she can focus on design and marketing, while Printful.com does the manufacturing and shipping process. At the beginning, she only printed out a few samples to try out the quality of the printing and materials. Once she nailed down the supplier, she moved toward her distribution and started listing her website on a Shopify store for $29 a month with a pre-designed theme for $49. Her marketing strategy was pretty simple and straight to the point. Take photos of herself with a bag, post some images on Instagram, follow artists and fashion blogger to follow her bag, then reach directly to small to mid-sized influencers with 10 to 20,000 of followers. Her message was direct, simple and straightforward. She tells them that she likes their feed and she would like to send a free bag in exchange for a shout out and a post on her feed for social proof. Many ignored her message. Some others agreed to work with her since they loved her product. That when things started to work out for her, other influencers saw her products and became interested in working with her. Keep in mind that till this point, all of her marketing budget is only on sending free samples, no other marketing expenses. Once influencers received her product, they began to send their followers to her feed, and then she started to make her first sales. She also made sure to keep in touch with her first customers, made sure that they received their products, also made sure that they are happy working with her, and encouraged them to spread the word and make a repeated sales with incentive and promotions. She also developed a small blog that talks about her industry and educates her customer about the use of her product. She asked me to help her with that. I just took everything she wanted to talk about and hired a good blogger on Fiverr.com for $15 per article. The whole concept of her idea is that she took a commodity product that is perceived as a $2 product and increased its perceived value so she can price it at a higher price. Let's look at the upside and downside of her business. She has a unique, clear, and focused idea. She has a low overhead cost. Her marketing budget is low. Her process is scalable and automated. She does not have to build any inventory. For the downside, because of the outsourcing, she is concerned with the quality of the product. Her cost per unit is very high, which makes it very difficult to get into retail stores. She has no control over her product production. At any time, her supplier might eliminate this product line and risk her business. She has insufficient control over packaging and branding. She also has to find a more cost-effective marketing plan to decrease her customer acquisition cost or introduce different product line which she can upsell and increase her gross profit. She still has a lot of work to do. She also knows that this idea might work or it might fail. She tries to avoid high risk and keep the budget under control, since this is her first experience into a business. Keep in mind that most of the small businesses start as a side project or as a hobby, then slowly move toward a full-time business. Okay, so let's summarize and keep those main points in mind. Think of marketing as a complete system. Always measure your marketing results. Work on building trust and authority. Collect reviews and customer-generated content. Focus on marketing and selling instead of playing business. Find consumer willing to pay price. Be consistent with your positioning. And last but not least, provide some product with low risk and price as low to entry offer. Okay guys, that was a lot. Take some rest and then move toward your assignment. Your assignment for this week would be: study a competitor marketing strategy. Pick 3 direct competitors. Follow their marketing funnel, from product reviews on social media and email newsletter. How do they communicate with their customers? Study their content strategy and image style. How do they reach clients and make sales? Do they work with influencers, retail stores, or sell directly from their websites? Study their business positioning and different pricing strategy. And last but not least, what are their revenue stream activities? Use all of that information for your benefit and come up with a plan for your business, marketing, and sales. Make sure to get some rest first. Go through the PDF file and then come back and do the assignment. If you have any question, please leave it in the Q&A section. I will get back to you as fast as possible. Take care for now. I will see you in the next bonus video.